Hello and good afternoon.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Clarion podcast.
Yes, here we are again on the Thursday at the podcast room. I will say this. It has been a while since we did a podcast on a Thursday at 2 p.m. Huh?
Yeah, I know.
It has been
Last
a hot
time
minute.
was a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it feels good to be back.
Welcome
at
back.
the same
everyone.
time, at the same bad time at the same bad place.
Yeah, exactly. It is 2:14 right now. So PM. We were, setting up some stuff and like working out like what we should do and stuff like that. We were looking at the script and today it's a Thursday. You know, we always record on Thursday. I hope everyone's doing good so far. We're almost done with this semester.
Yes.
Yeah, so we have 4 weeks left.
4 weeks.
Yeah.
4 weeks.
Uh-huh.
I could swear it was more time than 4 weeks. I'm gonna be honest. It feels like there's more time than
Yeah,
just 4
right.
weeks. But
Yeah.
it's a sign of relief.
Yeah,
just
it
4 more weeks.
Yeah, I hope everyone's doing good so far in the semester. I hope everyone's satisfied with what they did. We have passed a lot of weeks, and actually for myself and my own preference, like this semester went really fast.
Yeah.
It was a blink of an eye.
Huh.
Yeah, because what's funny is the last 2 semesters I've always been saying like this spring that came out the beginning of the year, I said, oh yeah, it passed really quickly. No, this one passed way quicker. So
I would say the opposite actually for me.
no way.
For some reason, it just feels like this semester has just been going very slow to me. Like just feel like it's dragging on a lot.
Wow.
But I am glad to see November, and I'm glad to. Like I said, you said 4 weeks, and I was like, yeah, 4 weeks. Wait a second, 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So it took me a little minute. It took me a bit to realize that we're that close to the end, because for me, it just feels like it's dragging on for a lot.
Yeah. No, we're almost done, guys. So so I know everyone's like wondering because we always most of the time we have guests on our podcast.
Yeah.
So today we have a very special guest.
Yes. Hello.
Yeah. Hey, Tonya.
Nice to
This
meet
is
you guys.
guys. This is Tonya. And yeah.
Yeah, it's literally my first time meeting you in person.
Yeah,
actually.
me too.
Yeah, so we talked on Slack a lot, but
do.
New worker here at the Clarion. So when did you start?
Working here?
Yeah.
I think that just put everything through October 31st, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
But I haven't done much. I've just been watching you guys and doing my studies and like you, trying to get through the semester.
Okay.
That's
and I have
good.
another job. I do legal work, so.
Oh, okay.
That's good. That's
important stuff.
Yeah.
Important stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And like watching the episodes, analyzing stuff, and writing stuff down. Like, Jay needs to comb his hair more before he comes to the podcast.
Jojo needs to be a little, not too loud.
You just speak a little less into the mic.
Don't scream too much.
Yeah, we get that's where our notes come from.
Yeah.
So what's going on this week? What's happening this week?
We have a lot to cover this week.
Yeah.
I mean, we've talked about a lot of things. The first thing we start is the Ohio has passed both issue 1 and issue 2 in the voice this Tuesday.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, it happened, and it finally happened, and it was this talk was happening for a while, right? About issues 1 and 2 passing. They were very important. For those who are unaware, issues 1 and 2 are essentially talking about 2 very quite controversial things nowadays. First one, issue 1, talking about reproductive rights, and issue 2 talking about the legalization of marijuana. So both passed, and what it means is that, well, for issue 1, of course, it says it's going to be left up to families and their medical teams to take any procedures toward in regards to reproduction, right?
Yes.
So you have stuff like abortion, contraception, fertility treatment, miscarriage care, continuing pregnancy, and now it's going to be solely left up for families to decide and what they want to follow through or not.
Yes.
And I think this is a very, very important bill to has passed, a very, very important issue to pass, because in this day and age, when we're talking more about being aware of our own bodies and all that, it's we have to treat fertility like it's a very important thing.
Yeah,
right?
of course.
And being unable to have that certain education towards understanding what it is and know how you have to be mature to deal with these aspects, it's very important to let people make their decisions about themselves and not let that be predetermined by third parties.
Yeah, of course. You, I would say, you always have the charge of your own self. So you can always, you have a decision to make, and I think it comes back to you with two options. It's either you do it or you don't do it. Of course, you're going to be judged by a lot of people, or a lot of people are going to try to have authority over you. But at the end, it's going to be you who's going to decide.
Absolutely.
And I think that, sometimes you can make a wrong decision and people can correct you, and that's a completely different story. Because I feel like people correcting others, that means that they want the best for them and they want them to do the right thing. But then at the end, it's always going to come back to you because you're the only one that's fighting yourself, no one else. So yeah, I think that's very important to talk about, and I think it's something that would make a lot of changes to our society. So
I think especially in talking reproduction, obviously meaning pregnancy, and I think an important thing is just, gosh, if only we had like, I don't know, a woman here that could speak up something about what
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. I agree. Whenever the government, feds, whoever you want to call it, has overreaching power in regards to someone's reproduction, it becomes a firestorm. It's dangerous. So you never know what's going on with someone's health. You just don't know. So for someone else to have the power to dictate what's going to happen, and you're the one that's carrying the life, you're the one who has the reproductive issue or whatever, it's important that any external forces just remain external, and then whoever is experiencing the pregnancy or the reproductive issue has the right, them and their medical team has the right of say of what's going to happen with that pregnancy moving forward. That keeps it so easy. So it's terrifying, the thought that someone else has the right to tell you what to do when you're the one experiencing the medical issue.
That's true.
Terrifying. So, but also you don't want to give people so much open leeway that they're going to avenues that are dangerous for them to have procedures done as well. So you want some authority, you want some regulations, but not so much that you're telling people that they can't have a procedure done. I probably will leave it at that, just to be respectful.
Yeah, of course.
No, it makes sense too, because I believe, first of all, well said. Yes, when people start putting restrictions, you can do that, you can do that. It gets to a point that if someone needs to get it done, they'll get it done. And if there's not a safe way for you to do so, right, it's going to end up having to be the hard way, which then is going to lead to
now we're talking life-threatening
situations.
situations.
Yes.
Yeah, and those are not easily resolvable. I worked in family practice on a military base years ago, and one of the things that we dealt with was people coming in that didn't get that done the right way.
No.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that can be bad. That was unfortunate.
It changed me as a person to see that. Because I was one of those people who thought we need to have this regulations. No, you can't. But when you see somebody coming in the door that did not get that done the right way, and they were put in a compromising position, it's surreal. And then the medical team is left to clean up something that really could have been done the right way if regulation had opened up and allowed the person to have things done the right way.
Wow.
So it's kind of a difficult way of saying I agree with you guys, but yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, this is pretty, like, went pretty serious so quickly.
Yeah, it's
I'm
like
sorry.
it's
Yeah.
it, no,
Oh
it's
my
one.
God. No, you're good.
I was gonna say it's one of
information.
one of the most serious topics that we ever had in this podcast.
Yeah, I think so.
Dave,
Yeah.
but it's important to talk about because it's an important thing that's happening
everyone,
in the state of Ohio.
everyone knows about
I
this.
witnessed
So.
it. It was just,
Yeah.
I
Wow.
have a lot of compassion for people that are experiencing that.
Wow. You have a strong heart.
You have to. In
Yeah.
family practice, you have to. You don't know what's coming through that door. So
Oh my
you just
God.
you open the door and you let the person in, you find out what's going on, and then you have to deal with it. And most of it, depending the younger crowd. Once you get my age, you're not worried about that anymore. But most of the younger people that were coming in were in really dire circumstances.
Yeah.
So we couldn't judge. Your job is that you took an
Wow.
oath to help the person, and that's it.
Yeah.
So no overreaching power by the state of the government. Let's let people with the medical team make the decision.
Wow.
Yeah, it's complicated because there's a lot of especially younger people, right? Like you mentioned, they are the ones that struggle the most with, because sometimes they are the ones that know the least about these things, right? And that's why they make bad decisions, which leads to bad consequences, and then they have to deal with these things.
Right.
And there's no support and nothing. But fortunately, with that might be able to provide some more information for the young ones to understand that pregnancy is no joke. And
there's no such thing as a little bit pregnant.
Yeah.
So
No,
we
man.
either need the help or you don't.
No, man, no. This is it's tough.
Yeah. But well, in the other hand, if you want to talk about something a little lighter, we do also have issue 2 that passed, and which is the legalization of cannabis, right?
Oh, boy.
Which is for those who don't know the scientific term, weed. So weed is now legal in Ohio for recreational purposes. So adults over the age of 21 can buy that, just like you can buy cigarettes or tobacco products and alcohol. And you can possess up to 2.5 ounces and even grow plants at your own home. So yeah.
I didn't know about this at all.
Yes. So it's gonna take an effect 30 days after election days. That's gonna be December 7th, according to the calculation of our expert mathematicians in the back room there. And of course, the thing that I was thinking about the most is that a lot of people talk about smoking weed, but now that it's official, of course, it's gonna be taxed, right? Because people are just gonna put tax on the products there.
Yeah.
So there's also be a 10% tax on purchases, but it's now you can legally acquire marijuana and smoke it recreationally, because before then it was just a medical use. But
Oh wait. Oh, never mind. I was just gonna ask: is it only like medical reasons, or now you can just do
recreational? Yes.
Like free.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I see.
Now, of course, there are different ways that this can be implemented. I don't know how the U.S. is going to follow through with places that you can or cannot smoke, because the thing about marijuana is that, you know, if you smoke somewhere and there's other people that they're not smoking, they can also get the effect of that by you being around.
Oh, excellent point.
Right.
Yeah, but
what happened once, for example, I went to Amsterdam once, and
Amsterdam.
So beautiful place,
Very, very pretty.
but there is a lot of weed.
Yeah.
And what they do for at least the hostel where I stayed at, is that they actually have a designated smoking room in the back of the hostel, because for smoking tobacco, you have in the front, but the problem is it's right there at the entrance. So people might want to go and then they pass by a puff of
contact.
Smoke,
puff
of smoke of weed, and then
they get buzzed.
Yeah, they get buzzed. They get high on it. So we'll see how that's going to be implemented. We'll see how that's going to go. I think it's it's going to be quite of a novelty. And I think a lot of things are going to have to be regulated to make sure that they're not being like all over the place, you know, because a lot of people are also against weed.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Can I say something about that real quick?
Yeah, of course. No, please do.
Yeah.
Okay, so
you're the one with
I don't smoke. I never smoked in my life. Never smoked in my life. Never been drunk in my life. No judgment, but I've never done any type of narcotics in my life.
Yeah.
So as you can tell, I talk so much that I wouldn't want my faculties to be taken away from me, because I'm a high communicator. I like to communicate with people on the highest level.
That's
and I've always been scared that would take their away.
Yes.
Now, I have a son. I've raised boys my whole life.
Yeah.
I don't have daughters. So I have one son who's in law enforcement.
Oh wow.
And another son who's a techie. They are on polar opposite sides.
Oh yeah, tech and law enforcement
of this marijuana issue. They're on different sides, and so so are a lot of friends and family that I have. So my question to the world, or to the United States, or to the state, is now that this is legal, how are you going to police it?
That's a very good question.
How are you going to police it? If you pull somebody over and you smell that, are you going to weigh how much they have, or you've got 3 ounces, that's past the 2.5. Like, how are they going to police this? Does it put more legislation on the back of the police or law enforcement? How do you control this now? So I'm not a good source to try to figure out how they're going to police that, but I am watching very closely to see, like you said, where is this going to go?
Yeah.
I went to Arizona, and like you said, in Amsterdam, it was everywhere in Arizona. It was everywhere. It was everywhere. So where is this going to go?
Yeah, because it's very new. I'm pretty sure people are going to be excited to try it out.
Yeah, everyone's probably gonna go.
Can somebody drive a school bus?
Yeah.
And do that? And,
Yeah.
and you can't discriminate against them now. So what do you do?
I think the thing that we need to say now is just like we do with alcohol. You know, we say don't drink and drive, don't
Yeah,
smoke and drive.
Don't smoke and drive.
So
yeah, please.
please don't do that. Don't go
Yeah.
for a ride after you
Yeah.
you wouldn't go for a ride after drinking alcohol. You're not gonna go for a drive after
Yeah,
taking
please-
a hit.
Unless
be
it's
safe.
medical. If it's medical marijuana, legislation may give them the right to do that.
Yeah, they
That's
will
where it's
need.
going to get a little.
Mm.
That's where I'm kind of watching to see where is this going to go for everybody. Because if
Yeah.
it's medical marijuana, you can't tell them that they can't smoke before they drive.
Mm.
And I'm
Yeah.
in the legal field here. I'm sorry, everybody.
No, we got someone that knows the
I'm
law.
watching.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on, but I like to watch this. So I'm sorry. I'm in legal studies here at the school. Plus, I go to another law school, university in Pennsylvania,
wow.
Cary. I'm doing a lot. I'm doing too much.
That-
Forgive me.
No, it's all good. That's good.
It's good to do a lot. You know?
Yeah.
I'm doing way too
It
much.
keeps you busy.
Yeah, I'm set to take the LSAT test next month to see how high I score so that I can finish up and just be a licensed attorney in the state of Ohio. So we're going to see where that goes. Just wish me
Hopefully.
luck.
Awesome. Yeah. Good
Yeah.
luck. Good luck.
with that.
You
know?
keep us updated on that
Yes.
one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when is the test again?
I believe it's January 4th, the
Oh.
LSAT test.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, it's
So
gonna
if I
take a
score-
little.
if
It's
I
gonna take a
score
lot of
high,
studying.
Yeah. I'm gonna pass Christmas and New Year's just reviewing your content.
Yeah.
It does take about 8 hours of studying a day, but conversation for a
Whoa.
different time, I guess.
Just ask for Santa for passing.
Just yeah.
ask for Santa.
A+ on the test. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But then speaking on the next topic of the agenda,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think
So-
we have covered a lot over, the very two important news, the first two. But on this Thursday, November 11th, the campus will be closed on Friday for the holiday of Veterans Day.
Oh, yes, Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah,
Saturday.
today's-
Sorry. Yeah.
So yes, we're talking about the present. Let's go back a little bit to the past because Veterans Day is a very important date, especially here in the United States, where veterans are very important people. And of course, we here, us at the Clarion, are thanking everyone deserving the country.
Yes.
But campus will also be closed on Friday, even though the day is on the 11th. We're going to be closed on Friday, which is one reason why we didn't have the popcorn machine going on International Office
Oh,
today.
you didn't?
I actually had a guy coming in and he was like, "Where's the popcorn?" I'm like, "How do people remember these things?"
Wait, don't tell me it's Professor Paul Hansford.
No, it
Is
was
it
not.
him?
It was
Oh,
not
okay,
Professor
okay.
Paul. No.
Okay.
But he walked in and was like, "We don't have it today because what we do
no.
is we do it on Thursday. We leave the whole afternoon running popcorn machine, right? And then on Friday we clean it. Since we're not going to be here on Friday, we don't want to leave the machine dirty.
Yeah, exactly.
Over the whole weekend.
God, that's got to smell awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, the popcorn over there at the International Office. Like, I'm not a big fan of popcorn, but their popcorn.
Like that hot buttery smell?
Yes, it's different.
Whenever we turn it on, it's just the whole smell goes down the hallway in building 10.
Yes.
So,
Next time, come by.
yeah.
Okay.
Next week
Well,
we're
I'll be
gonna
working,
next
so.
week we're gonna be just hop away like 5 minutes. I'll be right back, and then just run to the building 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Room 10303 for free popcorn on Thursday, starting at 12:30.
A quick plug on the International Office.
And how about another plug? November magazine.
Oh,
huh?
yes.
This week was production day, right? So
it
the
was.
magazine is ready, and the magazine is very, very interesting. We are going to be having the first article that was written entirely in Spanish. Yeah.
Yeah, so for all the Spanish people, there's a whole Spanish article there.
Yeah, which is a lot of us on campus.
Yeah, there's a lot.
of us on campus.
A lot.
And this one was written by Ismael. Ismael has been coming closer in contact with like more Latino culture this year, and I think that's very nice. He's taking conversational Spanish as well. So
It's getting really diverse.
Yeah, I mean, how much diverse can that guy get?
Yeah.
He's just so it's just
Yeah, shout out
impressive.
to
It's just
Ismael, guys.
impressive.
Yeah.
He keeps always just one upping himself, and that's fantastic. But we also have book reviews. We have our holiday traditions, and we have an article on also a very important topic, which is the missing and endangered indigenous women.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a pretty packed magazine.
Yeah, it's
really.
gonna be. Yeah, unfortunately, there's no fun page gonna be on the magazine. Yeah, I know some of you guys like the fun pages because we had like multiple questions and like fill the box and stuff like that.
I'm not picking the next edition. I don't.
So I remember like for example, Tomoya is a very big fan of the fun page. So he went up on production day and he came behind us and he was like, "There's no fun page?" They're like, no, it's just gonna be fully news and articles. And he's like, "Oh man, okay." And then so unfortunately, no fun pages. Hopefully, more in the future they're gonna come back.
Yeah.
No reason to take it out.
It's because we didn't have space.
Yeah, the reason is we deal when we produce our magazine, we have a set amount of pages.
Yeah,
that we have to send to our printing company, right? So we cannot add one page or take one out. It has to be always the same amount of pages. So I just guess the articles now they were just too big.
Yeah, exactly.
So I guess for next one we're just gonna write less.
Yeah.
So we can put more crossword puzzles.
Write less.
So just to remind you guys again, before the November magazine comes out, October we released the Halloween magazine.
Yeah.
Again, it's personally my favorite one so far. So don't forget yourself to grab one. It's free.
They're all around campus.
They're all around campus.
Super cool too.
So I've actually I've seen, which is so weird because I'm in the campus a lot, and every time I walk around, I don't see anyone going to the rack and picking up the magazines. All of the past ones, I've never seen anyone, but the Halloween one, I've probably seen like 10 people go up, grab one, and go.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Like, that's weird.
Because since I do counting and I'm doing distribution, it's whenever I go around, I'm like, okay, these many people picked up. But I've never seen one in the wild,
Yeah,
I've never seen a reader in the wild,
wild.
Going up to the stand and getting the magazine, flipping through and taking with them.
Yeah.
I was like, huh. So people do exist. It's not like little gnomes that come out at night and take the
And just
magazines
take
out
them,
of the stand and take them like cracks between the walls.
Between all of the magazine fairies.
Yeah, all the magazine fairies.
Just to mention again on us on social media,
Yes.
we're everywhere, X and Facebook, TikTok, on our website. Everything is at Sinclair Clarion.
That's Sinclair Clarion.
So Instagram as well. So again, like I said, you guys can check out our website. We have a website on the on the web browser. SinclairClarion.com. We write articles and we upload articles every single day over there. So you guys can go check them out. You can read the articles, know a little bit more about Sinclair, about the staff, about us, if you guys are wondering. And also, if you don't want a physical copy on the magazine, if you scroll all the way down on the right side of the page, there is a PDF electronically that you can open it and you can read the magazine from it.
Yes.
And it will be updated on the first day the new magazine comes out, or maybe a couple of days after that. So keep in touch and keep up with the November magazine that's going to come out. Maybe you can get an early access. You never know.
Yeah, exactly. But before we continue, there's one more thing that I need to add here that I want to say is that next Wednesday we're going to be having the international fair.
Yeah.
So next week, like I mentioned before, I work at the International Office of Education as well. We are both international students, and so is Tomoya back there. And part of my work, well, I just do a lot there as well, whatever they need me to do.
Yeah,
but I was organizing International Week this month alongside other workers. So starting on Monday, we're going to be having an event every day but Friday. So we have one on Monday, one on Tuesday, one on Wednesday, one on Thursday. And on Wednesday, we have the big one, which is the International Fair.
Yes.
Right, so it's going to be taking place from 10 to 2 at the gym.
Oh, it's not from 9 to 2?
We're gonna be we're gonna have people coming in earlier, of course, to help set it up because there's gonna be like a lot of.
I'll be there,
but it's gonna be say from 10 to 2. We're gonna have a presentation starting around 11.
11, yes.
So we're gonna have people dancing, people singing, people playing music. We can have a fashion show.
Yes.
Like people are gonna come bring all their clothes from their different countries
Cultural
and dress
clothes, yes.
them. We're gonna be having food and candy and drinks and even a bake sale. The International Student Organization is going to be hosting a bake sale.
Yes.
Or at least I hope. I'm still waiting on that approval to see if we can do that or not.
Yeah, I remember when we discussed on which type of cookies we should make.
Yeah.
And Keon, funny story, Keon mentioned something that's extremely hard. And Monica was like, nah, that's going to take so long to make.
Yeah. But I'm gonna be baking this week, so I know that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm gonna be making like I did last year, so I'm gonna.
Oh,
be
you
doing
did. Are you making Brazilian cookies?
I'm making cocada e paçoca, which
that
are
Brazil?
it's a coconut sweet and a peanut sweet.
Is it Brazilian cookies?
It's not a cookie, but it's Brazilian. Yes.
Is it like a cake?
It's not. It's like gosh, how can I say this?
Like a sweet?
Yeah, it's sweet, man.
Okay.
It's condensed milk with stuff in it. How
Yes.
can I say that? You mix condensed milk with stuff.
We'll
and
give
then
it a
you
try.
You put it in the fridge and it hardens.
Yeah.
So
Oh, also another thing. Only the international students will get free stuff. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Hey, wait.
No, I'm kidding.
but yeah, this is all that we have to say for this week about
Yeah.
updates. So let's get to the
To the main topic.
main topic of this episode, which is
Tonya, knowing
Yes.
about her.
Yeah.
Boring Tonya.
No,
come
no,
on.
no.
You already said that you're doing like what, 2 law schools?
Yeah.
You have a kid that's a police officer, another one that's
There's
a
a tech.
techie.
Yeah, me.
Come on.
He's a corrections officer. Almost the same thing.
Yeah.
Battling bad guys.
Mhm.
I am immensely proud of my children. Just I had to raise them by myself. One's father passed away, and when I was a military wife, an army wife years ago.
Wow, really?
Oh yeah, I lived on a military base several times. Sure.
Wow.
My father. What you said about Veterans Day is important to me because my father was a sergeant in the Air Force.
Oh, wow.
Very strict, very organized. We just lost him in 2019, but very organized, very smart. Man, my father was just brilliant, and I learned a lot from him about discipline and how to behave and things like that.
That's great.
Him and my mom were married, for almost 60 years. So mom's still around, unbelievably gorgeous. She just she is. She's just, my mother's amazing. So she's still around doing all kinds of wonderful, busy things. And so dad was Air Force sergeant in the Army. Sister was in the Army. Nephew was in the Navy. My ex-husband was in the Army. So I lived on many military bases.
Okay, yeah.
Wow.
Happy Veteran Days to all of them. Huh?
Yeah, for sure. Like
Many military bases I lived on.
it has to be very special in your family.
Yeah.
Do you celebrate like in any way? Like, is there like a Thanksgiving-esque sort of banquet?
Or like
For
a
veterans.
family dinner.
We'll have a family chat and we'll just say thank you, Dad, now that he's gone.
Yeah.
Say we love him, but we don't celebrate officially Veterans
Gotcha.
Day in the family.
Wow.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Nothing like that.
So, what do you do here at the Clarion then?
Oh my gosh! So what I'm going to be doing here is just thought up a great idea for me to have an article called "Ask Tonya." I know it sounds obnoxious. Forgive me, guys. I didn't come up with the idea, but
I think it sounds. I think it
didn't.
actually sounds pretty nice.
I didn't.
Let's hear the premise. Let's hear the
Yeah,
premise.
okay.
We have our ears open.
Scoot in.
Come on. What's up?
Okay, I'll try to be quick because I can be long-winded. So just cut me off if I start talking too much.
Don't worry.
No,
Go
it's
for it.
okay.
Go
I'm
for it.
thick-skinned.
Yeah.
Go for it.
So
The lights are on you now.
Yeah.
For over 30 years, anytime my kids' friends would get in trouble, anytime somebody would get in trouble on my job, people that I knew, they would call me. I don't know what it is, but I have an approachability about me where when someone's in trouble, they're having a bad day, they're about to break up with their boyfriend or girlfriend, they're about to quit a job, they're angry, they're about to fight with somebody, they're about to go hit someone. They come to me and they would dump it on me. They just felt, I don't know why, the people would just feel really comfortable. I'd go to the grocery store and I'm cashing out, well, thank you so much. And they would go, I hate this job. And I'm just like, I'm just paying for my groceries. But there's people would just share that. And I like that I'm that approachable, that people feel comfortable sharing those things with me. Because one, they know I'm not going to judge them because I've been through too much.
Yeah.
So because of that, my son's friends would say, dude, I've had it, call your mom. And my sons would be like, my mom's at work. They're like, I don't care. I need to talk to her now. And you could feel the passion. Like my son's friends would say, I need to talk to your mom now. Like it would get to that level. And so I could feel the intensity, and it would be not a couple, but all my son's friends would come to me whenever something was going on in their life. And I'd sit them down and talk to them. Okay, I wasn't counseling them or anything, but I'm just talking to them like a human, like an understanding human. And so then they would leave with you could feel that they've deflated. That whatever was really bothering them, the tension would just slowly start to melt.
Wow.
And so I'd go, okay, is everything okay? And they'd be like, yeah, I don't need you anymore.
It's
So
done.
there's something about me where people feel comfortable dumping. And so I started running a blog years and years ago, and I didn't think it was going to go anywhere, and it just went berserk and went crazy. And so people were asking, what am I going to do about this? What am I going to do about that? And I would just talk to them. That's it. And so the other side of that is she wanted me to do the article, and then whatever else you all don't have time to do, I could assist with. Now, look, I'm not good at editing or anything like that. However, I am good at looking at things that should or should not be happening. I'm studying legal studies here, and my hope is to, and I do work at a law office, so I do paralegal work now. So my hope is to be a practicing attorney. Is that the second time that I said that? Hope is to be a practicing attorney in the state of Ohio. We'll see where that goes. But I've been doing legal work for decades, either in finance or collections, keeping people out of trouble. Wow. You know, and why are you doing that? You know, what did you do that for? You owed the bill. Can you tell me why you didn't pay your bill? It's like, I don't want to pay the bill. No, you got to pay it. Or somebody like me is going to be calling you. You know, when I was working in collections, I'd call you, I'd levy off your property. I don't want to do that. So all of that combined to me saying, okay, what should I be doing with this? The last piece is I have this thing, I think you and I were talking about that earlier, where since I was a child, I have this distinctive, ridiculous, crazy voice. It's just, and it's, no matter where I went, people would say, don't I know you from somewhere? I'd go, no. And they go, yeah, I know you. You're so-and-so's sister. Yeah, I've heard you before. You were talking. There's something about my voice where people remember it. I don't know what it is. Sometimes it annoys people. I apologize.
No, we just bring you back next episode. You're fine.
Yeah.
Fine. We just have you back here next week again.
Definitely.
That's totally okay.
You know what I mean, though, right? It's just, you hear it and you go, oh, I know who that is. I know that voice. There's like a huskiness to it. That's Tonya. I know who that is. So, and I was told, you have to do something with that. I'm like, no, Tonya, you need to do something with it. You need to be talking to people, sharing with people. You have to do some good. You know, you need to help do some fundraising. You got to work for a couple charities. You're going to have to help in the community. But you really do need to do something with it. It's loud. It carries. Some people love it. Some people absolutely cannot stand my voice. But that's just the nature of the business. People either love you or they don't. And you do the best you can. And you just try to help who you can. And you just move forward.
Yeah. Wow.
And so that's what led me to come here to get into journalism. And then I just kind of started watching you all behind the scenes. You guys didn't know, but I was watching you all behind the scenes. I said,
yeah, like last,
they're not my friends.
Like last week, I saw someone peeking from the curtains back here, and I was like, oh, wait a second. Someone flipped the curtains back there. Like, wait a minute.
Oh my God!
But the curtains were on the inside, so I couldn't have done
that. Come on.
Investigative reporting.
I before you came here, we were discussing, and you like music a lot, and you're a musician yourself, and you've studied music almost his whole life, and it's the same as me. There was a part of my life where I started a little bit of vocal coaching, and I'm still a musician until now. I don't do it, but I know how to play the piano and stuff. So when I was talking to her before you came, I said, like, she has a singing voice, because you can hear the frequency in her voice.
What is that, though? Nice. What does that mean? Like, when someone, how do you know someone can sing and they cannot sing? Like, what is it in their voice?
That's a very good question.
Just go.
Just go.
Sing some.
No. Okay.
We're gonna be copyright strike.
I was gonna say, don't make me.
Yeah, so
we're gonna take a copyright strike if you sing.
Yeah,
because you're gonna do so well. They're gonna think it's the actual.
It's the actual
music.
song. The thing is, it's gonna be the actual music.
I was gonna say, don't make me. I'll sing something that I made, but no.
So basically, when it comes more into the artistic spirit or the artistic mind, you know, when you hear someone, you feel like that voice is touching, or that voice has power behind it. That voice can it can handle like
it carries or something.
Yeah, it carries. Yeah, it basically carries. Just like when let's say, for example, when a person steps on stage and they speak, all the people will put all their senses to him or to her. I
heard that it's called a click.
Yeah,
I heard that.
It's like a click. Yeah. Or when there's a person that comes on stage and there's like 10 other people talking and they're being distracted. So there's these. It comes back to the voice. It comes back to the charisma. It comes back to the energy. It comes back to the way you are.
I have zero charisma.
You have zero charisma? No.
Sorry.
No,
I could
think
tell.
So. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So I think it always comes back, and I think Jay has a little bit of more input to that. It's how to know that someone knows how to sing or someone has a nice voice.
A lot of singing really is just what keeps us from singing most of the time, if not all of the time, is just us restraining ourselves from doing so.
Yeah.
Right? Like people, I don't know how to sing. So when it happens is that nothing comes out and they don't sing well because they think that they don't. So usually a singing voice is usually attached to someone that is also more extroverted, more out there.
Yeah.
And you're a very well-spoken woman. So that's already one sign that you know how to speak and you know how to project your voice, you know. So that's like, okay, you have good control of your voice. That's rule number one for singing.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like almost 50% of what you need in singing.
Is it really?
Yeah.
And then the rest you have to know like scales, you know, and intervals and all those things.
How to
you know,
belt your vocals.
solfege.
I'll start singing and people
and
start turning off the radio.
techniques.
Just click. That's the click she was talking about. Turn it off.
But I caught that when you whispered over there that you could sing something that you made. What do you make? Like
I did. I did a podcast for a while,
Uh-huh.
and when I did it, I would make motivational things for people who felt like I went to Johns Hopkins. I'm one of those people who's gone to every university, and I went to Johns Hopkins and I studied suicide prevention.
Oh.
And I got certified in it. And at first, I just did it just to have it, and then I realized that there were people who were seriously thinking about going to the ledge. And so I started making songs on talking to people who felt like they wanted to leave this life.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was just easy, just talk to people and let them know they're important and cared for. And so they were my songs and just put a little melody behind it, and that was it. Nothing
that's
big.
sweet. That is sweet, and that is also a very important thing. You know, I have a friend that is in music therapy as well.
Yeah.
So it's all that's the whole idea of using music to help people recover from whatever mental state they're in.
Wow.
Or sometimes even recovering from physical states because music heals, you know.
Oh yeah.
And
100%.
that is great. That is great. Really. I was gonna ask you some kind of a hobby, but knowing that you also found a way to put that as also part of your work is also pretty impressive. So
I want to say this like as a personal, like I can also kind of relate to you because a lot of people told me that I also have like a convincing, influential voice. Yeah, so because like they're like, you can definitely step on stage and give people motivational speaks, you know. And that was one of my passions. Like I've actually stepped before on a stage and I gave people motivational speaking before.
You did?
Yeah, that was when I did it when I was back when I was 18. I went to I was 19. I graduated my high school when I was 18. So after a year, I had because I worked in video productions. I worked as a director for short films and stuff like that. That was back home, and I basically one of my teachers back at high school. She really admired me, and she said like you have a convincing voice, but your body language is extremely like effective. So like in difference, like you have a very like effective voice. I'm more physically effective. So
do you have that on video?
The motivational speaking.
Yeah.
It should be.
I will watch it.
Yeah, it should, but it's in a different
That's
language, so there's
awesome.
no way you can.
So of course, so we'll be fine. Don't
You'll
worry.
be fine.
You leave the Arabic
we
part.
don't speak the
Yeah.
language. How do you know? We don't speak the language.
Don't you speak Arabic? I speak Arabic.
You guys speak Arabic? No
Really?
way.
Yes, of course. Yeah,
So
marhaba.
so yeah, I can understand. I kind of understand where you're coming from.
That is
which
awesome.
And I also think you're so far like meeting you and talking throughout the episode. I think you're a very interesting person. And I was gonna mention before when you were speaking, I'm like, there is no way she hasn't thought of writing a book.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, why don't you try to write a book? Because the
My
way
mother
you
just wrote too.
because the way
No.
you speak,
She did.
you're coming from a talented family. Like, come on. I think you should
Aren't you
definitely.
disappointed in me? Just
No, because you're a hardworking person and fully respect for you. Like, honestly, you are a great woman. And I think that you should write a book or you should write something that can go out to people and actually be like, yeah, this is who Tonya is. We know her,
thought
you know?
about it, but I
Yeah,
wondered if
she's
it would
that-
be like, I've been through so much. I wondered if it would be like too intense.
No, because you've been through so much. That's exactly the point. Going through so much stuff when you were young and getting older and older, it's gonna
Yes.
make you realize and gonna make you become really strong. And I think that's a gift instead of, oh, it's a disaster that like so many stuff happened in my life. No, I think it's a gift because it depends on every single person. I think you're a strong person because you've went through. So you don't have to tell me what you went through, but I can just, you can just feel it, you know? So whenever a person goes through tragedies in their life, throughout their whole life, they're going to become a really strong personality. They're going to keep their guard up. They're going to know how to speak. They're going to know how to communicate. And they actually, I think that's scientifically proven. Their mind turns very artistic. Like they start thinking of creative things, Yeah. So I think you should give that a try.
And speaking about
real
things, yeah.
I think that you're right.
Okay, so let's go.
We're going to have to talk about that.
Write a book.
Okay, let's go. Chapter 1. It all began the day that I was born, which was...
I don't know when, but yeah.
Yeah. What's your star sign again? Sorry, that's not... You're an Aries? Okay, good.
Oh!
Fire
my rising
sign.
My rising is in Aries. So, yeah.
Oh, no.
But I have a sun in Cancer. Okay. So, yeah.
He's a
water
sign.
So sorry, I don't mean to digress here. It's not gonna be an astrology podcast.
Big conflict.
We talked about like in the beginning, like I think it was like in the first episode that we were talking about stuff that we like. It's podcast that we listen to. But the only podcast that I listen to is the astrology podcast, which is literally called the astrology podcast.
Jay is very into astrology.
But I like astrology a lot.
Astrology is that it really does impact people's lives.
I think it has some things that are too accurate to be coincidences. I don't base my entire like way of thinking towards that, but I like studying and learning about it. Yeah, I think it's nice.
Yeah, each one of us has their own interests. Like I am extremely obsessed with like sports and healthiness.
Are you? Soccer?
Yeah. Yes. Boxing.
My son loves soccer.
Yeah, soccer is the best. I play soccer almost twice a week with my team. So, and
do you have any hobbies? Hobbies? Because when I asked about you also writing music, you also said yes, but this happened and kind of went along with my work. Is there something that you just do because you like doing it?
Yes, I actually walk. I was an athlete in my teen years, and then I got married, and then a couple years later, I gained, with my second son, just started gaining a lot of weight. I just got like to be, and I have pictures to prove it. I got to be like 300, and my highest weight was like 328 pounds.
Wow.
And so I couldn't fit in chairs. It was hard to get through doors. It was hard to sit in my car, and I just got tired. And my chin was just like hanging here, and I could put a plate of food like right here. Just get tired of being heavy. And
it takes strength to talk about this thing.
It was incredible. I couldn't believe that I was that big.
I
looked at pictures of myself, and I'm like,
it's not easy to talk about something like this. Like, and you're just saying it like it's normal.
I just lost 100 pounds.
Wow, great job.
I started walking. And so what do I do for a hobby? I walk.
No, cool.
Great job.
Yeah, I was gonna say you were an athlete. Did you play soccer as well?
I did not. I was too afraid. I don't want to look at his face when I say this.
Okay, I'll turn.
You know you're speaking to a Brazilian though, right?
Oh, that's right.
So they're also obsessed with soccer.
That's right.
So
no, don't worry.
Okay, let's just both of us turn and you can start. You can.
Exactly.
Just
focus on Tomoya. Tomoya doesn't play soccer.
So you don't play soccer, do you, Tomoya?
Okay, okay, Tomoya doesn't.
Okay.
He's saying that to save me. Like
Tomoya plays Apex.
I was scared that if I played, that I would get my shin cracked because when they play, they kick to the heavens. I mean, they play.
That's true. Yeah.
For the gusto, and when they kick, my niece just got her ankle broken. Shout out to my sweet little niece. Just had surgery on her ankle because she plays soccer. And when they kick, they want that goal. They've got a whole mountain of people cheering for them. And it's terrifying to see their feet go up in the air. And they literally can crack each other's shins.
That's true.
I'm just being honest. Can I say that? You guys aren't going to
Yeah, go for it.
No, we're not even listening. Don't worry.
Yeah, don't worry. Yeah. Yeah. My ears are closed.
So that's what I was scared of, So I took the coward's way out, and I lifted weights, and I would run. And I would walk. That's what I would do and do aerobics. But I was terrified of soccer. So that's the truth. I love watching it, but when they play, they're not even wearing helmets. Nothing?
No, I mean, they do wear shins, like covers.
Yeah, but does that really protect their shins? Like
A little bit, yeah, a little bit.
you're not scared?
No.
Yeah, they don't have an armor like we have in American football.
Yeah, armor.
So-
So armor.
Yeah.
Okay, you can turn around now.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So.
So-
Oh, sorry, I got carried away.
That was my fear. Like you guys you're not scared of that?
Actually, this is
Truth,
funny.
like-
I actually hurt my shin 2 weeks ago, and it still hurts now. So-
It's kind of a common thing.
Ashante.
It's kind of a common thing to have people having their kneecaps hurt and stuff like that. But at least for me, it's just like, yeah, it happens.
Yeah, it happens.
So it's a part of the territory.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like it's a part of the sport.
I mean,
We have a lot of. That's why when you get older, you don't really play soccer anymore because people, for that very reason, it's kind of a dangerous sport.
you are trained mentally to know that when you step into the field, you might not step out. You might be in a bed getting carried away.
So the way you sound like you were gonna die in the
No,
soccer
no, no,
field.
no, no. you just might be.
That's not
just
that
like-
aggressive. Not that aggressive.
Okay.
Your knees will be fine,
I
don't
take
worry.
it very seriously. Instead of you walking out, you'll just be laying in bed doing this, not looking at your leg.
That's really just like any sport, though, right? They need the heavy-duty sports like football, basketball.
Yeah, no, football is way scarier than
That's-
soccer. I think, in my
Which is
opinion.
why they wear the helmet.
Exactly, and
And then
And
there's
the shoulders.
rugby.
And the pants.
And the rugby,
And then
they
there's
have
rugby,
nothing.
which is essentially. It's not. I'm not gonna say that because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna insult a lot of British people if I say that.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I was gonna say one thing. What I'm gonna say is it's just as physical as American football.
is, it
and
is,
it
it
doesn't
is.
have any of the protection.
Yeah, what about like wrestling? Like,
Yeah.
that's
No,
also.
my son did that. My son wrestled for years. Years.
Oh, yeah.
He brought home unbelievable medals. And I would just be sitting in the pews just watching.
Yeah.
And he loved
Wrestling, where the whole point of the sport is to be aggressive.
to be aggressive, yeah.
This is why volleyball was invented actually because people were wanting a new sport that had less physical contact
I
with
did
people.
volleyball.
So
Yeah, but
Very
basically,
coward sport.
I
Good
am
sport, though, but you're not touching anybody.
I'm more worried of
Until
breaking
they-
my ankle than my shin. Like the shins are really strong. They're strong bones.
That's what happened to my niece.
Yeah.
She just had surgery on her ankle.
Yeah. It's strong bones. So I'm more terrified of breaking the ankle because the ankles are weak.
Yes.
Ankle is known to be weak because it's connected through two bones with one little tiny one. So
There's not a lot of support there.
yeah, exactly. So like literally, someone can be running and all of a sudden they step on the hole and the ankle could go. That's it.
I'm
Done.
going to ask a question.
Yeah.
You guys be honest with me. Is there an age? Now, in boxing, there's a cutoff. Basketball, there's a cutoff.
Yes.
Baseball. Is there an age? We don't want any letters. We don't want anybody writing in saying we're discriminating for age. Is there an age that you guys say that people really should slow down with soccer? Is there a time frame that people need to
Yeah,
really pull back?
100%.
at least most players they stop around their 30s.
Yeah, 30s, late 30s. Like for example, Cristiano Ronaldo, he's 38. He's still playing. He's still playing, but like not professionally at the moment. He's just, just playing.
And then you also have to remember that Cristiano Ronaldo is also one of the guys that's like he eats, sleep, and breathes soccer.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So that's why he's 38 and he still keeps going.
Yeah, he can still keeps going. So I'll probably give him like another 2 years, 3 years, and I think that's it. But most soccer players, they stop at the late 30s. So yeah, I think it's just it's enough. Like I think it's enough. It's I don't know because then it would turn into an advantage because imagine you're 45, okay, and I'm not trying to say anything, but it's normal. That's the nature of life. When you grow older,
Yeah.
you're not the same as you were young.
Yeah,
you
we
know,
grow weary.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
You're a little weaker than before,
Sure.
which is completely fine because you're growing up. Things are slowing down. I think it's too much of an advantage if you're like 45. Let's say you're a great player, but then you play against a player that's like 20. He's still like
All
a very
muscle,
young
yeah.
adult. He
Full
has
of
all the
energy.
adrenaline, full of energy. All the adrenaline is pumping. Blood's moving very, very quickly. So
Barely out of high school.
Yeah. So exactly. So that's what I
And
would
you're
say.
like close to retirement, like he's
Yeah.
coming towards me right now.
Yeah, I would say professionally they will stop around the 30s, but maybe after like they turn 40 to 45, maybe they will keep playing, but not professionally. They will just be
Okay.
playing for like a normal team.
I
Just
always
to-
wondered about that. I
just to keep
didn't
that
wanna-
energy.
Yeah,
to
very
keep
very
that energy
common
going.
thing that with dads, at least where I come from, that they have their soccer teams as well, right? So like just dads meeting Saturday evening to play soccer
Yeah.
on the field, and then they're
Yeah.
all obviously past that age, but they're there and they're playing
Yeah,
soccer
I
and
still
they're
know
having fun.
dads until this day. They still play soccer for fun. Like they're in their 50s. What fun fact about me? One of my dreams. I want to play. So do you know the local neighborhoods in Brazil where they play a freestyle keepy ups, where they start like throwing the ball in their legs and then they spin and then throw it to the other person. They just do freestyle soccer. That's what I want to do one day with Brazilian people. Barefoot. They do it on barefoot,
Yeah,
man.
we do barefoot because our chinelas or whatever you call it, or chinelos or havaianas, are usually used to score the goal.
Yeah.
So that's why we have to play
So,
barefoot.
Was that a challenge he just gave?
Yeah, it's definitely happening. And outside of Building 10, in the green zone over there by the grass, meet us there next week.
Yes.
Instead of doing the podcast, we're going to be doing this.
We're going to be doing
film.
this.
Yeah.
I will film.
Yeah, we're going to be doing this.
That will get at least 10,000 hits.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Ouch, my shins.
Yeah. Ouch, my shins. That was funny.
So, and I just realized you are the volunteer, right?
I am.
You are volunteering here at the Clarion right
I was
now.
going to get hired on, and there's a lot going on right now. So right now, I said, look, let me volunteer because I have a lot of other things going on. And plus, that's what she wanted too. And then next couple weeks for next semester, I'll probably be working.
Great.
Gotcha.
Great.
That is very interesting. I like the premise that you're going to be here in the Clarion. You're going to be sort of
Yeah, you have a lot of things to throw on the table.
A counselor, advisor for our readers and for people here, and write articles in the magazine. That might be interesting because sometimes a person has, I'm having the same issue right here, so I'm nice to see someone talking about it. It makes me feel better about
see if
reading.
there's a need for it, because sometimes there's not a need for it, but you'll be shocked once you throw out the line. You have to see what comes back to you.
Yeah, of course.
Let's see if there's a need for it.
Yeah, no, but I think it's gonna go great. I think it's gonna be great. Yeah. Yeah, I really enjoyed this episode.
Yeah,
it was very fun. Yeah, you're a very fun person to talk to.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, so are we running out of time now, or?
I mean,
He's like, we're not
we
done
can keep going, but like let's play a guessing game. How long do you think we've been recording for?
35 minutes or something.
35.
Yeah,
Has it been 35?
That's very close.
We've got some time left.
Well, no, how much do you think it is? Let's play a guessing game. Don't listen to what his answer. Answer what your mind is telling you.
How long we've been talking?
I don't know. How long do you think we've been recording?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking you. Yeah. It's a guessing game. He guessed 35 minutes. How much do you think we've been?
38.
38? You guys are very close. We've been recording for 52 minutes.
52.
52 minutes.
Oh boy, yeah. I guess that's some time. That's some time.
Did we get through the material?
Yeah.
Did
We
we get
got
through
through some. We got through some of it.
In the news today.
So I think we covered more than this by double the amount. So okay.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, because I was looking and
It's
then
just fun.
I'm like 53 minutes.
Yeah.
But you guys have fun energy. So when you're working with people who have fun energy, it
just keeps going.
It's easy to do.
Just like
that.
the time we brought Caleb in as well.
Yeah.
Right.
We so I brought one of my friends. He's an aviation student here at Sinclair. He's trying to finish his aviation degree. He's getting a bachelor's degree. So we, in my episode that I brought him in, we covered 2 plane crashes incidents, and that episode went for like an hour and 50 minutes. But it was every single minute of it was great. So if you checked our YouTube video, you can go there and you can check it out. It's also very fun to listen to.
I did. I check you guys out.
Yeah,
YouTube all
that's
the time.
great. Okay. I think we should wrap up this episode.
Yes.
It was great. Thank you, Tonya, so much for being
I'm
our
warm,
guest.
but I'm a walker. This is
Yeah.
what it is.
Thank you so much for being our guest.
It was a pleasure having you here.
What do you think? Do you think we should have Tonya more on our
Yeah,
episodes?
we should just bring her back and just
let's do a voting.
Yeah.
Tomoya.
All in favor say aye.
Yeah.
Aye.
Tomoya's
Great.
flag.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you guys.
Yeah,
it is a pleasure meeting you. Welcome to the Clarion.
Yeah.
We're happy to have you here. And thank you so much, everyone, for watching.
Yeah, of course.
Don't forget to follow us on our social media at Sinclair Clarion and Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. If you're listening to this on Spotify, we are on YouTube. And if you're watching this on YouTube, we are on Spotify. And if you are interested in being a guest, if you have something that you want to report, talk to, email us at clarion.central@gmail.com. And if you're also interested in selling ads, we can do an ad read, or we can put your ads here in the back of the board. Also email us at clarion.central@gmail.com.
Exactly. So, likewise, what Jay said. And I hope you guys have a great weekend. We will be back on next Thursday.
Yes.
So stay in tune.
See you guys then.
Bye.
Yep.
Bye.
Have a good one.